Hey everybody, we're back for round 3 of our Modern League, and looks like we won the die roll this time, which is pretty nice.
Ooh, and a good hand too.
Yeah, this hand is really good. We got a nice turn 1 creature, lots of cheap interaction, an Eidolon. I'm in.
Yep, and especially with the Grim Lavamancer acting as just like a removal spell for annoying things too.
Yep.
Sounds great. And both of them are fetch lands, which is great with Grim Lavamancer.
Feed the Lavamancer.
Sounds awesome.
Skullcrack
to prevent life gain.
Everything's looking good.
I think we just want a basic here because we don't have any multicolored cards in our hand.
Okay.
So.
Do you like playing the Riftbolt this turn, or do you want to play the Lavamancer now?
I like playing the Lavamancer.
Okay.
What that allows us to do is next turn just attack with it.
Sure.
Because I doubt we're going to be able to activate it because our goal is to play Eidolon.
Right.
So. Just get some extra damage in.
Yep, makes sense to me.
Ooh, another Titan Breach.
Against another Titan Breach deck. Ooh, a Goblin Guide. Does that change anything?
So now we have to be very careful of Anger of the Gods.
Is Anger of Gods a main deck consideration against them?
I think so. I'm not actually sure what the exact list is, but I believe they play some sort of board wipe. So, I think the play is going to be attack with Grim Lavamancer, cast Eidolon.
Okay. The other option we could do is suspend Riftbolt, play Goblin Guide, attack for 3.
Yeah. I like playing the Eidolon because my guess is they're going to play some sort of ramp spell, whether it be Farseek, that type of thing. Farseek Explore. So that's just an extra free 2 damage. And then next turn we can start with like the actual burn spells. And I think I'm going to save the Goblin Guide until after a sweeper because I believe they play sweepers.
Okay. So until turn 4 or something.
Yeah, until turn 4. And if I don't see one on turn 3, then it's probably safe.
It's just likely clear. Yeah.
Yeah. Getting a basic here because we have enough burn and just spells in general.
We're also going to be taking a lot of damage from our Eidolon, so we don't really supplement that with damage from our lands. Because their deck does do a good amount of damage.
Yep. They got bolts and that type of thing. Yep, there's a bolt.
Bolt, okay. Couldn't go any better than having them bolt our Eidolon.
Yep.
Double. So Goblin Guide Riftbolt, I guess?
Yeah, because I want to save one Goblin Guide, but I definitely want to cast one. So I like just playing Goblin Guide and suspending Riftbolt.
All right.
Farseek,
okay. So he may not just be green-red. Although, I don't know. Farseek might be fine just because it gets red-green dual lands.
Yeah, it gets the red-green dual lands, like Cinderglade because it's Mountain Forest, that type of thing. Both of Nissa. There you go. I think this is red-green just because I don't think the team version plays Oath of Nissa.
Right.
So what was it? Because there's that glitch. Looks like it was Oracle of Moldiah.
Okay, and he doesn't have a 3rd land, which is great.
Yes, that is great.
So he's got another Bolt for our Goblin Guide.
Which means we can cast... I'm like, probably cast the last one this turn.
Yeah, and then probably hold up mana for Glimmer Lavamancer.
Yes. Don't want to cast Lava Spike if I can just activate Grim Lavamancer. Because we're just getting free damage in.
Right.
Just 1 free damage.
That'll put us to 7. And yeah, if he doesn't deal with this Goblin Guide this turn, then that's lethal.
Yep.
And if we draw a land next turn, it's also lethal. Search for Tomorrow is not very good for him. And he doesn't have a 3rd land. So it looks like this game is all but wrapped up.
Yep. There's a Farseek.
Sure.
Not going to get enough time, though. Goblin Guide. 5. Yep. Just play the Goblin Guide and can cast Lava Spike.
Play the Lava Spike and Lavamancer him. Shows him the fewest number of cards we possibly can, I guess.
That's true.
I mean, the difference between him seeing 3 Goblin Guides and 2 Goblin Guides doesn't really mean anything.
Yep.
I guess we get to see one extra card if we play Goblin Guide, but he'll concede.
If it's a land, yeah. It's so I think they just concede if I'm attacking them with something that reveals the top card.
And those are just such small margins.
Yep.
Okay, so sideboard the same way as we did last time, or do you want to try something different?
I like the same way that we did last time. Actually, I like Skullcrack. I don't know if we cited in that in last time, but just the fact that Skullcrack can hit those obstinate ballots,
right?
I feel like that's just really helpful.
That's a big deal, yeah. Then the palms and
I think it's one path.
Yeah, and we got rid of the Searing Blazes. Although Searing Blaze is very good against Oracle of Moldiah.
That's true.
I think they probably only have one of that card though, as a green.
Yeah.
As a Summoner's Pact target.
Right.
The Lava Mancers, I think, are pretty poor.
Yep, and then.
And did we board out a Lava Spike, or did we?
I think it was one.
It was a Goblin.
One Goblin Guide, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, give this a shot.
Yep. Worked out last time.
Yep. Well, that was a pretty intense game, I will say, though.
That second game was intense. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good hand.
Yeah, I like it. Got a lot of good creatures.
We're going to definitely be taking a lot of damage.
This hand is quite soft to...
Anger the Gods?
The Gods, though.
The fact that we have a target command to buff the monster Spear if needed too, that's helpful.
Pretty good, yeah.
Nice it won't save us. Yeah. The target command is definitely going to be the best card in this hand.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Well, we have to get green with our Arid Mesa.
Yes, it's just, do we want to shock the Sacred Foundry, see if we draw a Stomping Ground? I think that's correct.
Okay.
Because we're going to have to shock it next turn if we don't draw it, so.
Sure.
Just gives us a way to find it. Also, not having a mountain is really helpful.
He drew a mountain.
There's one. But just the fact that we are protected against bolts is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
So next turn they're going to have 4 mana.
Do we even bother attacking with Goblin Guide?
What would be the benefit in not attacking?
He doesn't get to see a card because he's going to be sacrificing his Tri-Builder anyway.
That's true. Because they're going to be second in the turn no matter what.
Mm-hmm. We could also just play Monastery Swiftspear, Lava Spike him, and attack with both. So that
just bring on the beats.
Damage in no matter what. That puts him down to 13. He's going to get turn 4, or he'll have 4 lands next turn though, which means Obstinate Baloth.
Yeah.
Eidolon doesn't feel great right now.
I wonder if it's just Arid Mesa Pass. Just because that allows us to play Skullcracker or Targus Command. If nothing happens, we just Targus Command, put a land into play.
Mm-hmm.
And we still have the Skullcrack in hand, and they've cracked this Secure Tri-Builder.
That sounds okay.
I like that. Just play the Arid Mesa and not even attack with the
We won't take any damage from the second Arid Mesa. Or no dual land damage at least.
Yeah.
Fetch.
Well, 1 fetch in order to, and we still have to shock to get the green for...
Right. So a total of 4 over 2 lands.
Yep. So. I like that. And because attacking with Goblin Guide doesn't actually give us any information either, because they're just cracking it in the turn.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's a Baloth. He couldn't play it fast enough. So, do you want to just get the mountain here and Skullcrack him?
I like basic mountain Skullcrack here. Another Targus Command.
It's not bad. So at this point, I think that we're just supposed to Lava Spike him and pass. And play Great.
Yeah, land Lava Spike pass. And basically, the creatures aren't doing anything to get through that Obstinate Baloth, and keeping up a Targus Command for a follow-up Thragtusk or Baloth or something like that.
We have the option of going Swiftspear, Tarkus Command you, if he decides to attack with his Obstinate Baloth and just leaves his defenses down for a turn.
Yep. So I'm just gonna play Lava Spike. Attacking. That's good for us.
Mm-hmm. Just let it through. Another tribe builder. Okay. And
So this is interesting. We could play the Atargus command, or we could not, just to save the life.
he gets to play Primeval Titan next turn.
Yeah.
Goes to 9. We can do it again. He goes to 6, and he gets to block the Swift Spear. He'll go to 3. If he plays Primeval Titan, he gets to 3rd mountain.
We take 7.
He will not be able to. Oh yeah, 7.
We'd be down 2-3.
Okay, and then if we draw Burn Spell, we get him. Yeah, we have to play Dark's Command.
Bloodstreamer.
Okay. I mean, we could play that, but we're not going to use it.
Yeah. I think it's still just the same play. Mm-hmm. Although with a land.
And then, yeah, combat like this. Swift Spear and Goblin Guide will do the same number of damage.
Yes, they will. Cinderglade.
Okay. Oh, well, in that case, it looks like we are going to die.
If they have the Primeval Titan,
we die.
Yeah.
Lightning Bolt, okay.
Well, I mean, yeah. 7. They're down to 6. So yeah, if they don't have Primeval Titan, we have a chance. Otherwise, we're just dead. They have it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even then, our chance isn't very good. So we need to draw 2 burn spells worth of damage, and we have 0 right now.
Yeah, and they'll have. Oh, I guess they could still have it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't actually waste. Oh no, they don't have it.
No, that was the right way to do it. They do it. 7, 6. Yep, there it is. Okay.
Oh right, because they still get in the mountain no matter what.
Yeah, they need to go from 4 to 6.
Yeah.
3 to 5, and then 6. All right.
Okay. I think sideboarding, in terms of sideboarding, we're fine.
So the Eidolon actually was pretty bad that game. It's an
That's true.
Eidolon on the draw might not be good against them because they've got so many powerful game-ending cards that cost more than 3 mana.
And when we want to keep up Skullcrack on turn 2 against like their turn 4 or turn 3 obstinate build.
Right. So that's something to note. But on the play, I think it's going to be a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. So I like just sticking with this.
Okay.
Definitely on the play. Ugh.
Yeah, this hand can't be kept.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When you draw like 4 or more lands, it's ugh.
Well, this hand's okay.
Luckily, this hand is fine because
the Sacred Foundry lets us scry, and we've got a turn 1 Goblin Guide, and if we draw lands, then we have lots of spells to kill them with.
Yep. And especially just having the Sacred Foundry for Boros Charm is really nice.
Mm-hmm. And just interactable direct damage is nice too.
That's not what we want.
Eidolon, nope. Maybe if we had one in our hand, it would be good, but we need that second land on turn 2 very badly.
Yep.
So one nice thing is that unless he's got Lightning Bolt, Goblin Guide's going to do 6 damage. Or 4
Yes.
damage, definitely 6 damage, possibly.
Shock for Oath of Nissa, or just shock for Bolt? That is an interesting way to play that.
Yeah. Swift Spear. I think we just Swift Spear.
Yeah. It'll deal more damage in the long run.
Right, because those Lava Spikes and Rift Bolts are going to be... Their damage is basically... We can take that to the bank.
Yep.
Dry Builder, that's pretty good. Still nothing.
So
attack with Swift Spear and then Swift Spend a Rift Bolt.
Yeah, because Lava Spike is gonna activate prowess immediately, whereas Rift Bolt does not. If we had a land here, we'd just play it and pass because they're gonna have 4 mana next turn.
Right.
Yeah, an obstinate ballot here pretty much just seals us. Our seals are doom. Oracle will die is okay.
That's not nearly as bad.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad soon.
Right.
But no cards.
Yep.
That's nice.
Okay, so he won't. I think that we are supposed to Rift Bolt his Oracle.
Oracle. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Okay, Lava Spike
That's...
and then attack him for 3 more. So the good thing is that he has 1 card left in his hand, and he definitely can't get to 6 mana this turn.
Yeah.
Hey, finally.
So, that's really nice.
It is.
We just passed because we want to keep up Deflecting Palm and a Tarkus Command, or Deflecting Palm and a Skullcrack.
Okay, we could do that. Well, he doesn't have a life gain card. If he's got anything, it's going to be a Titan because he just tapped, or it's either a Titan or another land. I'm pretty sure, because he had 5 mana and he didn't do anything with it. Otherwise, he would have if it was like a Baloth or a Thragtusk or something like that.
True.
He would have played it last turn, so he doesn't have that. He could draw it, but it's unlikely. So
if it's Titan, then what do we want to do? We want to deal. That's 4, 5, 6. We want to just play Boros turn.
If it's a Titan, then I think we want to play a Tarka's Command because that'll do 6 damage this turn, and
that's true.
Next turn we'll be able to use. I guess they both do the same amount of damage, right?
They do the same amount, except a Tarka's Command will deal it now, and
Boros Charm does it now too. We just cast the Boros Charm now.
What I'm trying to say, what's the best way to phrase this? A Tarka's Command will not do 4 damage next turn. Boros Charm will. If he plays a creature.
Sure. Yes, that makes sense.
So a Tarkus Command is the better play right now.
Right. I think we can also still beat him even if he does top deck a Baloth.
Yeah, I think so as well. We have our hand now that we drew that land.
Yeah, now that we can cast our spells, it's stacked.
Because they're at 7.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Nothing.
Or that works too.
Excellent.
So what is the best way to play on things? They would have played whatever.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, just attack him for 1 and pass, and then at the end of his turn we kill him. It doesn't do anything.
2, 3. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. I was just checking to make sure that they don't have 5 bounds. But oops, that's the wrong one. Wait.
All right.
Perfect.
GG.
There we go.
That was a pretty tense match. I thought we were going to lose for a turn there.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Second land, and then we were just smooth sailing, though. So
with Burn, even if you do get stuck on lands, if you get to survive until you draw that next one, your hand is so good that you're probably winning that game.
Yep.
If it's like turn 5 or 6. Because you've drawn so many like 2-drops, as soon as you just draw the land, you can play it and just play the best 2-drop every single time.
It's one of the nice things about Burn. It doesn't really matter what the board looks like. If you can get their life to 0, then, you just use all of your resources so that they are dead by the time, just before they can kill you, basically.
Yep.
All right.
And if they're dead, before you, then you're not dead. So
Yep.
you're fine. They can have a Primeval Titan in play.
On to match number 4.